I want to now show you how to create a totals query. To me, totals query is a misnomer. I feel like it should be called a summary query. Because basically, the query lets you group and summarize your data. For example, maybe I want total sales per product or average sales per product. So to create a totals query, we're going to go into the design view. We're going to right click anywhere, and then we're going to find the totals button. And then we'll notice that we will find a totals row, and it's going to allow us to either find the sum, average, min, max, count, or standard deviation of different fields. And we can also aggregate the function for each field. All right, so let's take a look. We're going to go into the Northwinds products database, and we are going to create a query that summarizes list price by category. All right, and so we're going to actually, for each category, find the average, min, max, and count of list price. And we'll name our query product category summary. All right, so let's go into Access. And we have the Northwinds product database. And we're going to create a query using the query design from our table products. And let's see, we are going to need category and list price. All right. And we're going to be doing a totals query, so I'm going to click this button totals up here at the top. All right, so I hope y'all can all see that. Totals. Now that creates some additional options for me down here on the window below. Notice now I have this totals row, okay? And so when I click in this field, or in this cell, you'll notice that now I have the drop-down box. So I really don't want to do any calculations on the field category, but I do want that to be my grouping variable. So I'm going to leave this as group by. And now for the list price, I do want to do a calculation on list price. I want to see its average. So I'm going to choose average. And then I'm going to pull list price down again and say I also want to see its minimum. And we can just keep going here. I also want to see its maximum. I want to see how many there are. So I'm going to do a count. Let's see, count, and you can see that there are some other options as well. I'm going to do standard deviation, and I'm just going to leave this alone right now and go ahead and run it. And now you see I have my different categories, and for each of those categories I have the different statistics that we asked for: the average, the minimum, the maximum, and the count. Now this is a fun one to go ahead and start taking a peek at that SQL view, and notice we have this new clause now, the group by clause, and we use that quite a bit in SQL, so get used to it, the group by clause. And so it tells us I want those averages broken down by category. And you'll notice up here as well that it says I don't just want list price, I want the average of list price. And then you can see over here where it asks for the mean, the max, the count, etc. All right, but mostly I wanted to show you this new group by clause that appears in the SQL code when we use this option.